Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu balli e ridi tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Balla, non pensiamoci, balla, divertiamoci, balla, sorridiamoci, balla, e diciamoci basta. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, qualcosa vuoi dimenticare, tu balli e non ti stanchi mai, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu balli e ridi tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me.
Hello, good evening. It's Friday, it's 7 o'clock, and it's time for Starfury Facebook Live. And here we are for our 27th Facebook Live. Yep, we've done 27 of these Facebook Lives now, but this is our very first Facebook Live for 2023. Yes, Happy New Year to you all. 2023 is going to be a great year, and it's going to be an exciting time for us all for Starfury conventions. And I hope I'll see you all along to at least one or two or a couple of Starfury events over 2023. We all had a great time celebrating it at Starfury Destiny a few weeks back. I hope you all had a really nice and exciting New Year's Eve and New Year's celebration. And now we're into 2023. It's been a very cold January, but we've got a lot to look forward to over the next few months, and I'm going to start detailing some of it. Now, originally, I've been planning for our first Facebook Live to take place in mid-February. Then I would have been in a position to update people about, it was going to be a specific Facebook Live to detail people about Red Dragon 6 and about the guest lineup for relaunching Witch Bomb and finalizing the guest lineup for Multiverse. However, because we've had some guest cancellations for Starfury Lux 2, I wanted to let all attendees of that event know how we're standing on that convention and how it's going to be affected and what the update is there. So unfortunately, I don't have much news on all the other conventions. I decided to do this Facebook Live last Friday with everything that was going on with Lux 2. I've tried to close some of the deals and some of the negotiations on some of the other events, but a lot of it will take until the beginning of February. So mostly this is going to be new information on Starfury Lux 2, but we have a couple of other tidbits. But don't be disappointed if we don't have a whole pile of other news and confirmations on the other events. But as I said, Starfury Lux 2, that's our first event of 2023, and that's taking place in just 4 weeks' time at the Birmingham Hilton Hotel from the 17th to the 19th of February. Now, unfortunately, we've had a couple of guest cancellations, as I said, due to work commitments. Kevin Alejandro has sadly had to drop out, and also we lost Rachel Harris. So they both have had to cancel their appearances due to work. So I'm doing this Facebook Live to give you an idea of how we're going to overcome those cancellations and how the event itself is going to go ahead. Now, we've also had a lot of people, just to quickly go on of it, people are always asking what COVID restrictions we're going to have at the event. Now, we're coming up to now over 2 years since we've come out of the COVID pandemic, and society seems very much past the pandemic, and I've started to ease off on certain restrictions that we have, but I also still want to make it a safe event for all the attendees and for the guests as well. I want to make the guests to feel very relaxed at the event so you can have a better time around them. So for Lux 2 and for Crossroads 6, we're still going to be asking all attendees to show proof of being fully vaccinated when they arrive at the convention, or alternatively to have taken a COVID test and to show a negative COVID test that was taken on the day of arrival. Now, doing that keeps the guests happy. And one thing I've always been promising attendees is that we're not going to be using plexiglass or having guests wearing masks during the photo ops. And we've kept that throughout all our events since coming back, and letting the guests know that people are either had a negative test or they're vaccinated makes doing that a lot easier. So we're going to keep that up for the moment. But anyway, as I said, our first event 2023, it's Starfury Lux 2. It's an event that's been nearly 4 years in the making. We've had to postpone it several times due to the pandemic and because of guest availability. But here is a trailer for Starfury Lux 2. So there you go. That's Starfury Lux 2, our celebration of the TV series Lucifer that's taking place at the Birmingham Hilton Metropole from the 17th to the 19th of February. We've got 10 incredible guests from the television series Lucifer, and we're headed up with the handsome devil himself, the Lord of Hell, the star of the TV series Lucifer, Mr. Tom Ellis himself. We also have the actor who plays his brother on the show. We have D.B. Woodside, who a lot of you will also remember from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and 24. Also joining us for her first Starfury event is Amy Garcia, who I know all of you absolutely really love. We also have joining us for her first ever convention appearance, Scarlett Estevez, who plays Trixie on the show. We also have Trisha Helfer joining us, who has just been in, she's mostly known for Battlestar Galactica, but she's been in tons of stuff. She is sci-fi royalty. We've got Imbar Lavi joining us, first time at a Starfury event, and she plays Eve on the show. We also have Jeremiah Burkett joining us. This is going to be his first convention appearance. Now, previously cancelled, but his schedule's changed. He checked up with me last week and he's now available. We have Joe Henderson, the creator, producer of the show, joining us. We also have Ildi Madrovich, who's also the co-creator and co-producer of the show. And we also have Lee Garbett, the comic artist who worked on the Lucifer comic that the show is based on. So there you go. We've got 10 incredible guests. We've got some old faces. We've got the star of the show. We've got the creators of the show. We've got some brand new faces. I think this is going to be a really exciting event. And I'm really delighted that we've got Scarlett Estevez and Jeremiah Burkett joining us for their first convention appearances. And it's really exciting also that Joe Henderson will be joining Ildi Madrovich to give us insights into the behind the scenes of the show. Now, due to the date change and due to work commitments and so forth, we had to do a lot of refunds on people who could no longer attend the event, which was unfortunate. Hopefully we'll see them back for a future Starfury event. But the good news is that the event isn't sold out. We still have tickets available for this event. So if you don't have tickets and you want to see this incredible lineup, you can purchase them from our website. We've also, will be adding shortly tonight, we'll be adding up photo ops for Scarlett and Jeremiah and Joe. And we'll also have some new combinations as well, such as Tom Ellis and DB Woodside together and Tom Ellis and Scarlett together. Now, we'll also be putting up a group photo as well. So if you wanted a photo with all the guests together, the group photo will be available tonight. Now, with date changes, as I said, the event has changed several times. We lost several guests. So if you bought photo ops with Rachel Harris or Kevin Alejandro or Graham McTavish or Leslie Ann Brandt, what you can do is you can go online and you'll be able to exchange those photo ops or fan meets for another one with another guest that's of the same price or higher. Unfortunately, Grotix can't do partial refunds, so it couldn't swap it over for a one that's cheaper. But if it's one that's of the same price or of a higher price, then it can do that for you. If, however, there's none that you want and you just rather have a refund, then the beginning of February will be refunding all the ones that have been swapped over. So that's how you do it with that. We'll also have the fan meets for Lux 2 being made available later this evening. So if you wanted to get some fan meets for that event, they'll be available as well. So that's how Lux 2 with the guest lineup is now looking as it is. I think it's a really great and exciting lineup. I think we've got some real heavy hitters for it. And I think we've got some really exciting replacement guests in who I think it's going to make for an awesome event in 4 weeks' time. I think it's going to be really exciting. And then after Lux 2, which is going to be an amazing event, we have another amazing event all lined up, but that one's for Supernatural fans. We're going down to Brighton for Crossroads 6, and here's a trailer for that event. Starfury Crossroad 6, our celebration of Supernatural. Is going to be a truly incredible event. It's taking place at the Hilton Hotel in Brighton. We've got a stellar lineup of superstar guests. It's going to be amazing, taking place from the 10th to the 12th of March, and it's headed up. What a headline guest we've got. We've got Jensen Ackles himself will be joining us, the star of Supernatural. He was just on The Boys as well. We also have joining us the incredible Danielle Ackles as well. A lot of you, as well as Supernatural, will know she's one of the stars of One Tree Hill. We also have a very, very, very rare convention appearance. You don't see him at conventions very much. We have joining us Mark Shepherd. You want to see this because he's rarely at conventions. We also have the lovely Ruth Connell joining us as well, our favorite red-haired Scottish witch. We have God joining us. We've got Rob Benedict. Also along, we've got Keith Sarabiker. For a first Starfury event, we've got Samantha Ferris. We've also got along Julie McNiven. Our next guest we have is Rick Worthy. Also joining us, we've got Leah Cairns. And rounding out the lineup is Magda Apanowitz. I mean, that's 11 is incredible guests. These are all, we've got some huge names. Oh, don't know what happened there. A little hiccup. But we've got some amazing guests for that event. We've got some huge headline guests. I've also picked some guests who I know are really good at hanging out and partying at events. So it'll be a really great vibe. The demand for this event, of course, having Jensen and Danielle there and such other good guests, it was insane. It sold out almost immediately. So I'm afraid we don't have any more tickets available. Also, all the solo photo ops with Jensen Ackles sold out almost immediately. Now, if you do want a photo with Jensen, we have a very, very limited, and by limited, I'm like 20 or 30 of each, of his duo photo ops available. A photo ops with Jensen and Mark Shepherd, and a photo op with Jensen and Rob Benedict. The photo of Jensen and Danielle together, that's nearly sold out as well. Very limited. If you wanted those, you should probably get them as soon as possible. We also are putting up on sale tonight the fan meets for this event. Now, a fan meet, well, in fact, if you haven't done a Starfury event before, most of you know what a fan meet is. But a fan meet is when 20 or so attendees get a very private, intimate gathering between them and one of the guests for around 20 to 30 minutes. And you get a really nice chat with the guests during a fan meet. Now, fan meets with the Jensen and Danielle, as well as the Magda Apanowitz and Leah Cairns fan meets, those won't be on sale as they were included in the Diamond Pass and are exclusive to Diamond Pass holders. However, for everybody else, all the other fan meets will be available from tonight, so you'll be able to purchase those on Grotix if you wanted one of the diamond pieces. We'll also be having another Supernatural event later in 2023. That's Crossroads 7. We'll be mixing in Buffy and a couple of other things into that. We'll be making a bit of a mix. I can't give you the details on that one just yet, because I know if I say the dates for that one, people will start booking the hotel and stuff like that, and it'll get a bit panicky. But we'll be announcing that one at Crossroads 6. So those are the first two events we've got for this year. Now, our next event, I had, as I said, I was originally planning to do a launch Facebook Live in the beginning of February. So this one I'm still working on, but VaultCon 2, that's our event for the boys. And that's taking place from the 21st to the 23rd of April at the Renaissance Hotel, Heathrow. It's going to be a small event. We're going to be celebrating the boys, which is one of my favorite shows at the moment. It's a really cool, funny, outrageous superhero series, and we're going to be celebrating that. And joining us, we have Toma Capone, who plays Frenchie on the show, and we also have Colby Minifie. I'm still working on further guests for this event. The problem we have is that it's going to be a very small event. Ticket sales are very low. Like, I had one of the main leads of the show email me directly saying, I want to come to this event, and we just can't make it work because of the level of what ticket sale. You know, you need ticket sales to make an event work, and this one's unfortunately not a huge one, but we should be announcing at least another 2 guests within the next couple of weeks, looking at about 4 to 5 guests. This will probably be our last event for the boys because it hasn't quite had the response I wanted, but I do love the show, and I'm going to make sure that this one's an amazing event, and we'll have a great time at it. Now, another convention that we have, our next event after the boys, and that's Ultimates Apocalypse, and that's our celebration of the DC TV universe. And that's taking place from May the 5th to the 7th at the Hilton Metropole Hotel in Birmingham. It's going to be an amazing celebration of DC television shows, and we've got some amazing guests, and we have joining us Davicia Leslie, who plays Batwoman on the television series Batwoman. So her first UK appearance. Also from Batwoman, we have joining us Megan Tandy. And we also have another Batwoman guest joining us, and that's Nicole Kang. We also have from Stargirl, we have Stargirl herself. Brett Bassinger will be joining us. We have Meg DeLacy from Stargirl, as well as Yvette Monreal will be joining us from Stargirl as well. From Supergirl, we have Nicole Maines. From Titans, we have Connor Leslie. And from Superman and Lois, we have Tyler Hecklin, who also a lot of you also know from Teen Wolf as well. And we're putting the photo ops found event going on sale tonight. So if you wanted to start pre-ordering your photo ops, you'll be able to do that now. And they will be available from now on our website on Grotix. Now, we're celebrating DC, so it's only fair we should also celebrate Marvel. And we have a Marvel superhero event, and that's Ultimates Multiverse. That's taking place from the 16th to the 18th of June at the Hilton Hotel in Birmingham, and we have a quick trailer for you. Now, Multiverse, that's going to be our celebration of Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As I said, I'd originally been planning to do a Facebook Live in February, and I've been hoping to have more guests to announce for the Marvel one, which I'm working at the moment. But at the moment, we've got 3 cool guests. We've got Menga Zhang joining us, who, of course, was in Shang-Chi, one of the most recent Marvel movies. We also have Kobe Smulders joining us, who's just like in tons of Marvel movies. And we also have from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and also from Supernatural and The Orville, we have Adrian Palicki joining us as well. So that's our first 3 guests for Ultimates Multiverse. Right now, I'm waiting on one of the cast from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., one of the stars of the Netflix shows, and 6 MCU guests who've all expressed interest and say they want to do it, but I'm waiting on final confirmation. So I'm hoping by mid-February, you should see a lot more of a stronger lineup for that event. But I still think that's a really good basis for a start to an event like, whoops, knock my mic there. I think that's a good basis for the start of the event. I think will make for a good weekend for us all. Then after that event, we have Highlanders 6, and that's our celebration of the TV series Outlander. That's taking place from the 4th to the 6th of August at the Hilton Metropole Hotel in Birmingham. Our Outlander events are always very popular. Outlander has a fantastic fan base that's very loyal, always sticks by our events. And we've currently got 6 great guests for this event, headed up with the ever popular Stephen Cree. Will you be joining us? We also have Mark Lewis Jones along. Also joining us will be Alexander Vallejos. We also have Paul Gorman. We have Caitlin O'Ryan joining us. And of course, we've got Murta himself, the ever popular Duncan Lacroix, who's one of the most popular stars of Outlander. Then that's a great lineup so far for Highlanders. We'll be looking for about 8 to 10 guests for that event. We also have a very strong lineup for our Outlander events. For some, to try and get 1 or 2 of the bigger names, we've got to wait until a bit closer to the event. But that's how it's looking for this year's Outlander event. It's going to be great. And then straight after that, we have Starfury Witch Bomb. Now, again, as I said, we were supposed to be doing this Facebook Live in February, and I was expecting to do a very strong launch then for Witch Bomb. However, we do have 1 or 2 guests that we can announce now for Witch Bomb, and we do have joining us at that event, we have the lovely Candice McClure, who was in Motherland Fort Salem for the 3rd series. And a lot of you remember her from Battlestar Galactica as well. And we also have Amalia Holm, one of the leads of the show, will be joining us. They've agreed to join us at the event. I've got 3 more guests who've provisionally agreed. One of them I thought I was going to be able to announce tonight. Contract's gone through. I'm just waiting for that contract to be signed and returned. She'll be the headline guest for the event, but I've got to just wait on the contract. I don't want to announce stuff without everything properly in play. And there's 2 more guests who've both let me know they want to do the event. They're just checking on their schedule. So they should know next week, but it's looking good on them. There's 2 more guests that I'm in talks with as well. So I'm looking at 7 guests from Motherland Fort Salem. And I'm also working on a guest from a completely different show. I won't say what show that is now, because they might not work out, and I don't want to give people false hope. But it'd be interesting to see what the response is to that. But there's another show we might have another guest from. So that's how it's looking for our Motherland Fort Salem event. Witch Bomb. It's a great show, Motherland Fort Salem. It's on BBC iPlayer. And it's also on Disney Plus. So you've got absolutely no excuse for not having tried it out and watched the show. And if you're going to Witch Bomb, 50% of the tickets have sold. If you haven't booked your room at the Renaissance Hotel, I would suggest booking it soon, because they're running very low on hotel availability for that event right now. So that's Witch Bomb, our Motherland Fort Salem event, from the 18th to the 20th of August at the Renaissance Hotel, Heathrow. Now, after that, we will be having Crossroads 7. I can't really give you any information about that just yet, but we will be having information soon. But I have got stuff like the venue, dates, and quite a few of the guests already being finalized. So we'll be having another opportunity for fans of Supernatural to get together later in the year. And then our final event, our final confirmed event is Ultimates Legends, and that's taking place from November 10th to the 12th at the Hilton Hotel, Birmingham, and that's our celebration of the television series Legends of Tomorrow. Now, that's popular DC show. We had cast from Legends of Tomorrow at Ultimates last year, and they proved so popular. We've given them their own one-off convention, and we've got the star of the show joining us, Katie Lotz. We've also got Adam Seckman joining us as well for his first UK convention. We've got Tala Ash joining us. We have Nick Zano joining us, and we have Jess McCallan. So that's 5 guests from Legends of Tomorrow already confirmed, and we're working on more. Probably going to have about 10 guests at that event. I think it's going to be a fantastic, and the Legends of Tomorrow guests are absolutely crazy. You'll have an awesome time at it. The only other event to confirm is Red Dragon. As I said, I know it's very frustrating this for the Fanables, but it's basically just been sorting out stuff with the venue. The Renaissance and the Hilton Birmingham have been great about rescheduling stuff. I have a final meeting with the venue next week, so hopefully we'll get that all sorted. And I've been speaking with the guest management, who are all very positive about it. So by the next Facebook Live, we should all be greenlit and ready to go on our Hannibal convention, Red Dragon. But my apologies to all the Fanables for the delay on this, and my appreciation of your patience over this. So that's how it's looking for Starfury in 2023. We've got Lux 2 in a month's time. We've got Crossroads 6. We've got VaultCon 2. We've got Ultimates Apocalypse. We've got Ultimates Multiverse. We've got Highlanders 6. We've got Witch Bomb. We've got Crossroads 7. We've got Red Dragon 6. And we've got Ultimates Legends. So we've got a busy year for 2023. Some incredible guests. Some wonderful shows being covered with some wonderful fans and fan bases. The only other convention I'm looking at as well, but I think we're a bit too busy for 2023, so I might do it early 2024, is I've also been looking at Shadow and Bone as well. That's another show that I've been looking at. Just to also let you go, if you go on our Twitter, go on the Starfury Twitter. If you're not following us already, you should be following us. We've got a competition at the moment to win a Funko Pop that's been signed by Breck Bassinger, Stargirl. It's a Stargirl Funko Pop signed by the star of the show herself, and it's also signed on the side by Meg DeLacy. And you'd also get a set of Starfury pin badges, a regular Starfury badge, a Starfury Pride badge, and a Starfury Trans Pride badge. So, you know, get on there, get on Twitter. You can enter that competition and you could be a winner. If you like the badges, they're prizes that you can get if you enter the fancy dress competition. So there's an incentive for you to enter that. So that's how it's looking for Starfury at the moment. I'm now getting back to work on Lux 2. I've also got to start answering emails because we've got about a week's worth of emails I've got to catch up on. So sorry if I haven't responded to you. But most of the flights are now booked for Lux 2 as well. So everything's looking very strong and positive. Looking forward to seeing all the Lucifer fans next month. And thanks for joining us tonight. A big thank you also to Joe for helping out on this and making sure that it all ran smoothly, because it would have been a mess if I tried to do it myself. But looking forward to seeing you at a future Starfury event. And thank you for joining us tonight. Have a really great evening and a happy new year.